What's good? What's good? Hope you're well. Hope you're swell. Hope you're wavy. Hope you're gravy. Um, Quick admin before I get started on the video. In my description is a link to my music. I make a lot of music, 5 songs a week. A good variety too. I like to mix it up. So let me know what you think. If you like it. If you think it's mid. If you think it's trash. Let me know. Whatever you think, let me know. I am in the business of improving. I'm quite confident in my skills. I'm looking forward to hearing from everyone what they think about my music. Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, whatever, you name it, I'm on there. I also wrote a book, short stories, comedy, romance, drama, action. It's on Amazon, link to that as well in the description. An example of some stories I wrote. I'll give you one. I wrote one like these two individuals are fleeing a scene. I didn't actually say why they were running away, but they get involved in a gunfight. And basically, they have to shoot their way out and escape. And that's just one example. And then I have one where basically this couple were having sex in a car. So it's a wide range of different types of stories. And yeah, it's a nice eclectic mix of stories. Check it out and see if there's anything you like there. And then there's also my Instagram tag in the description, my TikTok tag in the description. Both my Instagram and my TikTok are to promote my music. TikTok, I make skits, like these comedic skits that promote my music. I use my music as soundtracks for all of the videos, so check that out. That being said, today let's talk about the time I went overseas to Prague. It's the only time I've been overseas. It was an interesting experience, a stressful experience. Getting there was stressful, at least. I remember it was like a school competition, and basically it was like an academic thing. And how it worked was, it was called the World Scholars Cup. And how it worked was this organization, they would go to different countries, different cities around the world, and pick schools from each of those cities to qualify in like a global competition held in like each year, like a different country would host this competition, right? Would host a stage of the competition. So it was being like, after everyone qualified, after each school qualified, the first stage would be held in Prague, in the Czech Republic. So they came to Johannesburg, which is where I'm from, to get some schools from there. And my school qualified, my team from my school qualified. We did a bunch of like tests, like we did debates, we did general knowledge quizzes, we did a whole bunch of stuff. And we qualified, but now the issue was we had to pay a lot of money to fly all the way to Prague and book accommodation and book this and a whole bunch of stuff that comes with traveling, right? I couldn't afford it. Everyone else in my team, there were 2 teams from our school. Everyone else could afford it. I couldn't. So I'd kind of resigned myself to not going. I was like, damn, I guess I'm not going. But then my friend at the time was like, wait. Don't give up so easily. Just ask people for money. Go on your contacts list and ask everyone in your contacts list for money. which is a wild suggestion, right? Because like asking people for money is not fun, like, you know. But I was like, okay, cool, and I did that. Funny enough, one person gave me a decent chunk of money. If you're not from South Africa, you're not gonna understand the currency, but like I got 5,000 rand from one person. This lady that I was close with at the time, she gave me 5,000 rand, which is like if you're from the States, I guess that's like $300 maybe. Yeah, around like $300. $1 is like 17 rand. So, or 18 rand now. So I don't know. So you do the maths. So 5,000 rand, around $300, you know. Then another person gave me around $50. Then this one guy gave me like 10,000 rand, which is around like $600, around there, you know. And he was a pastor at my church, and he was known for like doing like philanthropic things, helping people out with what like different types of situations. So he was generous enough to like just give me money to go to Prague. And sorry, I'm tired. That's why I'm like, he gave me money to go to, he was generous enough to give me money. But more on him later, because things got interesting. But yeah, so basically I'd managed to raise up like about 21,000 rand, but I needed 30,000 rand. So it still wasn't enough for me to travel. And I was like, damn, I've raised all this money and it's still not enough. And there was a deadline to pay all the money. You had to pay the registration fee, which was about like 11,000 rand by a certain time. But the issue was, if you pay the registration fee, if you pay the registration fee but don't manage to get enough money for like the flights and the accommodation and stuff, they cannot refund you on that registration fee, so you'd have wasted that big chunk of money. So now that guy that gave me 10,000 rand, 11,000 rand, that pastor, I had to use his money to pay for the registration fee, because I was gonna take the gamble of like paying that and then hoping I can make up the rest of the money somehow before it was time to go, which was a huge risk to take. So I told him this, and he was like, wait. You're telling me you're gonna take this humongous risk and waste my money? What if you don't make up the rest of the money and like you end up not going? So he said, he gave me an ultimatum. He said, I can send you to the UK for a trip. I know you like riding, I know you like this and that. So how about we send you to the UK and you have a little trip there, and then yeah, that's your trip. So I was like, I mean, I guess that would be nice, but like I'm trying to go to Prague, you know what I'm saying? Like I want to go to the school competition. Like what am I gonna do in the UK? I'm just gonna have like a vacation type thing. I'm gonna be by myself. Like it didn't make sense to me. So I said no. I'm gonna take the risk. He told me if I pay the registration fee and I don't go, I have to pay him back that money, which was crazy. But I was like, okay, cool, I'll take the risk. So I took the risk, and then I kid you not, maybe the day after we paid that registration fee, we got a message telling us that the entire trip had been discounted by like 10,000 rand. Remember, I had 21,000 rand. I needed like 30,000 rand. It was now like 20 something thousand. It was very cheap. It was actually below that because I had more than enough money now. It was crazy. I was like, whoa. I believe that was God because I took the leap of faith and it paid off big time. It paid off big time. Like they just discounted everything to the point where we had we had more than enough. So I ended up going to Prague, and yeah, it was dope. Prague was a great time. It's a very, very classically Europe city, if that makes sense. Very classically European, like you had castles, old architecture, my stomach, cobblestone streets. It was nice. It was nice. We went to a bunch of museums, saw a bunch of stuff, and the exchange rate was dope too because the rand is stronger. The South African rand is stronger than the currency they use in Prague, in the Czech Republic. So it worked out nicely for me. I could buy a lot of stuff. I spent a ridiculous amount of money on candy, on sweets. It was insane. And I was eating at restaurants. I was living my best life. It was a nice time. It was a nice time. My team actually qualified for the next round, which was in Yale, in America, but we couldn't afford to do that. That was expensive. That was like too expensive. Like, we couldn't. And there was no way I was gonna go through that again, asking people for money and stuff. But I was happy enough to have the Prague experience, you know. But yeah, that moment in time taught me the importance of pushing and having faith. And if you want something, ask. Like, ask. Be bold enough to ask. And you never know, things can be given to you, you know. Like, be daring. Take risks. I took a lot of risks. To get myself there. A shout out to my friend at the time who pushed me to take those risks as well. It wasn't just me. I was pushed to take those risks. But yeah, man, faith, man, prayer works. It does work. I can tell you that. Dude, at the last possible second, I made this bet. I basically made a 10,000 rand bet. I had no way of making up the rest of that money. I needed to make another 10,000 rand, and the deadline was so close. And I had no way of making up the rest of the money, but I put in that 10,000 rand to pay the registration fee. And the next day, everything got discounted, so that we had just enough to go on the trip. Like, what do you say? What do you say to that? That's a miracle, man. That's a miracle. But yeah, take risks. Don't be afraid to ask for what you want in this life. Yeah. And pray, man, pray. That's a young story time for you. Homie in the comments suggested that I do a story time, so there you go. Thank you for that suggestion, man. Stay wavy, stay gravy. Have a good night or afternoon, whatever time it is for you. Thank you for listening.